Okay, we are now live on the Eligio CRM webinar for July 14th. I'm Derek Major. Thank you for joining. I certainly appreciate you tuning in for our first webinar of the summer here. So right now, I'm just going to share out our screen here and do a little bit of a presentation on who Eligio CRM is, and then I'm going to get into a demonstration on SugarCRM, specifically the Enterprise Edition of Sugar. So first up, a little bit about our company here. We are based in North America. Our head office is in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, but we have staff all over North America, including Canada, of course, and the United States. And we have also customers that are spread out across as well. Some of the things that we do at Eligio, we specialize primarily in CRM consulting. That's really all we do at Eligio. Is we set up and deliver CRM consulting services for our customers. We work with a number of different products, including SugarCRM as well as Salesforce, amongst other consulting initiatives we do with customers. We'll get brought in sometimes just to kind of help a business get a better grasp on how things are operating in their company from a CRM perspective. So we might look at a business before they actually even decide to purchase a CRM. Sometimes these products out there, they might not be the right fit for your organization. So what we do is we just get in there and we help give you some guidance to see what is the best way of adopting a CRM in your business. How we do things, we have basically a 5-step process of things that we do in implementations, depending on the different type of initiatives that we're doing. Right now, you're pretty much, if you don't have a CRM, you're probably in your learn stage. You're trying to understand what options are available, and you're also trying to see what products are out there too, and just try to get the research done. And really, that's where it all starts: discovery, demonstrations, picking products. We also get into the planning stage where sometimes clients will bring us into workshops to help them provide assessments on what the best fit and what the best approach will be for CRM. But of course, we get into the development, customizations, the training, as well as the ongoing support of a product as it goes forward into the cycle of implementing a CRM. So we kind of do the whole end-to-end game, and a lot of our clients will retain us and keep us around to help out on the support side. So you could almost think of us as the IT department for the CRM solution. So now moving on, we're just going to jump over into into the demo of SugarCRM here. I'm just going to pull that up here right now. So right here, I'm logged into Sugar. Today, I'm just going to do a bit of a walkthrough and a demo. Every week's going to be a little different. I'll put a little bit of a spin on there, depending on really what I'm feeling that week, and maybe some of the questions that I've been receiving lately. We probably touch a good 10 to 15 different businesses every week on CRM solutions. So whether it's customers or prospects, we kind of get our hands in there quite a bit. So we kind of see a lot of the interesting questions that flow through. So as we walk through Sugar, and right now you can see I'm on the dashboard page. This is a pretty important page for a lot of people using a CRM. It's your heads up. It's your day-to-day view of what's going on within your CRM solution. Whether you're an inbound salesperson, outbound sales, maybe you're in marketing, depending on what your role is, your dashboard is going to look a little bit different depending on your needs. So all of this can be customized. If there's dashboards you don't like, you can go and remove them really easily. It's completely up to you, but you can also have multiple dashboards. You can see in this example here, we have a number of different items, KPIs, sales ops. I can click on that and open up different types dashboards depending on my preference for that day. Now across the top, you can see we have all the different modules inside of Sugar. Right off the get-go, a lot of people might go, wow, that's a lot of things going on up there, and it really is. When you first implement the CRM solution, you need to step back, and you can't take on everything, I guess is where I'm trying to go here. Think big, start small. You want to have an amazing solution that does a lot of automation, improves sales, decreases customer complaints, whatever it might be, but you got to start somewhere, and you have to start with the smaller side of things too. You want to make sure people adopt the solution. You don't want to overwhelm them with too much. So what we do is we'll work with our clients to make sure that this is slimmed down and designed in a way that people can easily adopt the solution as they move forward in their CRM experience. Now, one of the more common ones is leads. I'll talk a little bit about some of these modules in here too. Leads is really an unqualified opportunity. Sometimes, depending on the implementation, you'll hear me say that a lot, depends, because these CRMs can be customized to suit your needs. But in this case, leads could typically be someone filling out a form on your website, and that information is then transposed and pushed into your leads module. And from there, we can do workflow. If you want to set up workflow so that it goes to a specific sales rep in a specific region, we can build that. We just need to create custom fields and drop downs, even use postal codes to kind of assign leads around. It's totally up to what preference you want. Now, you might also use it depending on the implementation. If you're a smaller company, you might not want to have a lot of different modules, so you might even use the leads as a way of collecting and publishing your different outbound sales calls to your outbound sales teams and telemarketers. So that could be another way that you work through a list to do cold calling and whatnot. So there's lots of ways you can kind of use leads module. From a marketing perspective, leads are great because it can answer this. One of the most important questions every business should be asking is, how did they hear about us? So how did they find our website? How did they find our business? This is a very important question because it goes back to finding out where you should spend your dollars to acquire customers. Is really what it comes down to. Now, any of these records, there's lots of ways to view information. I'm looking at a list view right now. I can click on any of these little preview buttons here, and I can open up more information on the right-hand side, which gives me a little bit more insight and detail into the records and the leads records on the left-hand side. But if I want to dig a little bit deeper, say we're looking at Judy Mara here, we could go ahead and click on Judy's name and pull up a whole different view of the lead record itself. And I can see a lot more information here, like address information. I can see that we acquired Judy here from our monthly customer newsletter. I can see that she's already been converted. And at the bottom, I can see conversion information. So, and what I mean by converted, and if you take a look at our YouTube channel, I talk about this a lot too, is lead conversion is qualified opportunities. Judy says, I want to buy 100 widgets, get me a quote. That's pretty qualified to me. Depending on your business will determine what qualification means. So as you look through here, I can go ahead and click on JBC Bank. I can pull up the account record and I can get some information on the company itself. Now, what happened to Judy? I can scroll down here and find Judy under the contacts list here, right down here. But I can also see her colleagues in there, Janie and Carter now in there as well. So not all, the lead is really, an individual that we know works for a certain company. When we get them into an account and a contact and an opportunity, we're trying to flush out more details on what this account record is. Now, as I look through JBC Bank here, it gives me lots of insight. I can see there's been 3 phone calls, or at least 3 records for phone calls. We held one asking for feedback. We were going to do an introductory demo, but that got canceled. But we can see there's a follow-up schedule here as well. This is a bit of demo data. So if you're like, oh, Derek, it's June 30th on there. I think it's kind of late. That's true. That's on my dashboard. It's probably showing up as overdue. So this piece here is, obviously outdated data, but it kind of shows you that this information here is really easy to see. Really quickly, you can take a glance and see where things are at. But let's say it was June 30th. Let's say I did talk to Judy, for instance, at JBC Bank. There's a couple ways I can do this. I can go in here. I can click on edit. I can mark it as held. You could do that, but I always recommend capture as much information as possible. So to do that, we just click on cancel. We go right into the follow-up record here, and now I'm inside of this record. So I might go in here and click on edit. We can go up here and mark it as held like we were going to do on the list view, but now I'm going to say I spoke with the client and got more information from them. Of course, you're probably going to put a lot more detail than what I just put there. But I did talk to the customer. So now I click save. It's been held. If I want to go back to the JBC account to see what's happened now, I can click on JBC. I can scroll down. I can see it's been marked as held. So that's a quick way to capture information on calls. And here's the cool thing too. If you're running Microsoft Outlook, get the Microsoft Outlook plugin for Sugar. All of this will get synchronized into your calendar if you choose to do so. That's how I'm using my Outlook today. is I have everything synchronized back and forth. So as I'm sending up meeting invites and all that, it's all synchronized between Sugar and Outlook. Scrolling down, there's lots of more information going on here. I can see tasks that have been assigned for this particular account. Some have been completed. We sent them a quote. We got some feedback on that demo as well. But we can also see that in progress, Judy has a task to review some of the meeting notes there too. So we can kind of see information that's happening throughout the account. The other cool thing I just mentioned, Outlook, is emails. Like right here, I have all of these emails that have been sent. So this is what I've been sending out as the logged in user. So using Outlook, or you can even send emails from inside of Sugar, but primarily a lot of people these days are using their own email clients, whether it's Outlook or Gmail. There's a preference to use those. So if you're using Outlook, you can archive the emails really easily in Sugar. If you want to archive, say, through Gmail, there are third-party extensions like CloudSpot that you can also put into Gmail that allow you to archive emails. Or the third option, I can scroll up here. I can go find an email address. It's not on this particular record, but let's say we want to send an email out to the client, Judy. Let's scroll down here, find our contact. There's Judy right there. I can click on Judy's email. It'll pop open the compose email window, and from here I can send out an email directly to Judy. And if you're setting up your CRM, I always say make sure to create some templates. Put some sample templates in here. I don't have any here right now, but there's like a follow-up template. Even after a 6-month follow-up template, whatever it might be, throw it all in there. That way you have some good materials that you might adjust before you send out, but at least you have some stuff to work off of. And as well, consistency. If you're a bigger organization with 50, 100, 200 salespeople on staff, you want to keep consistency, so create some templates that everyone can use. That way it's all looking good across the board. So that's really accounts. As you're moving along, I talked about contacts. If I were to go click on Judy, the contact now, again, I've got more detail here on Judy than I did as the lead record, but I can scroll down and still see all the interactions that we've had with Judy, into the meetings we had, tasks, some notes that we put on there. You can put attachments in there. Of course, the emails. There's lots of stuff in here that you can do. You can do everything in Sugar, at least from a business standpoint. Like really, you can use cases. We use this Eligio to handle all of our trouble tickets and support questions. It's all handled through case module. We can attach documents, contracts, PDFs, all of that gets published inside of here. Quotes, all of our quotes are dumped inside of Sugar. So I can go in here, create a quote inside of Sugar and create a really nice PDF that gets sent out to our customers, and then they can review that and get back to us if they want to do business with us. So it's a nice, clean way to get information out. And there's tons of other modules in here. We have everything from reporting tools. We can go create custom reports. Again, take a look at our YouTube channel. You can see examples in 90 seconds of me creating a rows and columns report inside of YouTube there on Sugar. It's really easy to do it. From there, you can go and export any of these records that you find in, like for instance, a customer account list. If I want to dump that into Excel, I can go and export it right there. I can even print out it as a nice PDF if I want to do that too. So let's have a quick look there. I just spit out a PDF. And that SugarCRM logo there could be exchanged with your own logo too. So if you have a report you need to create and give it to your boss, you can do that in here as well. Moving along here, everything else, there's lots of other modules. We talked about forecasts, with opportunities inside of Sugar. You can track all the deals you're working on, but the forecast module allows you to see where you're at against quota, but also work as a team. So I'm logged in as the Vice President of Sales in this case, so I can see all of Jim Brennan's subordinates and what their sales targets are at, and as well as where they're actually at right now. And right now, this Q3 2016 is not looking so good. Then again, the data in here is a little bit old too, so that's probably why they're at 0. But as your sales teams are adding up their deals, you can see what their likely amounts are. You can even go to adjust amounts and all that too. You can see the little pencil pop up there too. There's lots of ways to actually capture forecasting data in here too. And there's tons of modules. There's tons of things inside of Sugar. Take a look at all of our YouTube work that we have going on. There's lots of cool stuff on there. In 90 seconds, you can see all kinds of YouTube information, whereas the webinar is a little bit longer on these videos. So certainly check those out too. Hopefully this has been a great overview of SugarCRM for you. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will talk to you next week.